Good afternoon. I'm on here just a few minutes early so I can check out how straight or how crooked I am. It's been a while since I have been online, so my camera and all my setup was all moved around. I think maybe if I move just a little bit this way, let me see if that helps. And if I could just get it straight. It takes a while for it to show back up on my laptop when I make a change, so I can see if I'm straight or crooked or not even on the picture. It might be it's just taking a little bit longer today. Huh. I think I lost my neck a little bit here. Just let me try this. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? I'm almost straight. Perhaps if I fix these so they're straight, it would give me a little bit better of a perception. If you're joining me, if you could put a comment, that would be great, and then I know people are watching me try to fix my camera. I'm fixing it the wrong way. I really hate to be so crooked. It doesn't usually take me this long, but like I said, I've been out of practice, and the other day I took everything off my desk and cleaned it so I know that all my camera and my stand and my glass mat are not all in the exact same spot they used to be in. But I think we're going to go with this because now I think I finally have it straight. And like I said, if you're here and you're watching live, if you could add a comment, I'll keep trying to look over at my laptop and see if I see any comments, and then I can say hi to you. Today is going to start my 12 days of Christmas cards, and today we're going to use some of the pieces from the Traditions of Christmas suite. We're going to use the paper and the dies, and then I also have used some other things. So what I did was I tried to write down, I'm hoping that you can see this in the camera well enough to read it. I tried to write down some of my measurements here for you. This is called a bookbind card because you have this part here that's like this. So if you wanted to, you could take a picture of this. Maybe if I hold it up a little bit for just a few minutes, it'll be bigger for you. And then you could take a picture of it, and it's going to just kind of tell you some of the measurements. It's a pretty easy card. Okay. So even if you couldn't take a picture, you could pause it and write down those measurements. And I'll be going over them again when I talk about how to make the card. And for all these cards, I'm trying to decorate the envelopes because I usually have like these strips of paper left over. And then I have to try to make a card with them or something. But now I'm going to start using them for the envelope to the cards. So let's see what's here in our envelope. We have the Real Red cardstock, which is 4 1/4 by 11, and it's scored at 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. So we have like this score line here. That's for it to look like the book, the book binding. So it'll open like this. So let's start out with our 1 inch by 4 inch piece of Designer Series paper. Now, as you can tell, when I was cutting more, I ran out of this paper, so I switched to this paper. But it's all in the traditions of Christmas. It's just I had a card class when we made this, and I used up all that paper, so I cut some other of the beautiful flower paper from the set, and we're going to adhere that just to this strip here, just inside this 1 1/4 inch strip. I have my liquid glue here. I have to remember too that I have to work higher up on my mat so that I don't go out of the picture. So we have this. We're going to add this right to here. Now we made a card like this. I go to on first Saturdays here in St. Robert, Missouri, or Waynesville. I go to Gina Kofeld's house for a Stamp-A-Stack, and this is one of the cards that she had set out for us to make. So I liked it, and it's fast and easy, so that's why I thought I would show you all how to make it. So now I'm going to take a piece of this Mossy Meadow and Gold ribbon that's also, I'm not sure if it's in the catalog or online. Now with the online things, I get mixed up sometimes. So I have my tear and tape here, and I'm just going to put a piece up here and a piece down here. Perhaps I can get it off my fingers. Let me just put that back on there. I'll probably lose it before I use it, but just in case I need it. I'm going to pick these off with the Pick-A-Tool. The Pick-A-Tool comes in so handy. Okay, so now this side is more like the Mossy Meadow. This side is more of the gold. So I want to say I want more of the gold showing. But you could do it either way because there's Mossy Meadow and things in the greenery. So I'm just going to put that there. Take this down. Be sure that it looks straight on the front. And put it down there. Now I'm going to use some mono adhesive again. Just in this 1 1/4 inch piece of the cardstock where it's scored, I'm going to add glue. And then I'm also going to take my bone folder. I thought I put one out, but I guess I didn't. So let me get one from my caddy here. And I'm just going to kind of go like this to be sure that I get that all glued down there. So now we have the card, so it'll open like this. We're getting snow here today in St. Robert, Missouri. We are like south central Missouri. We're probably like about we're an hour and a half from Branson, which is to our south, and about an hour from Lake of the Ozarks, which is to our north. So we're kind of just right here in the middle of both of those. This is a piece of white that I cut at 4x4, and I embossed it with the peaceful, the peaceful greenery set. Can you kind of see it? It just has like branches from a Christmas tree around a frame. And that's what's going to go on right here in the middle. So let me add some adhesive. I'm so excited about these 12 cards. Wait till you see some of the ones I made with the Jar of Joy, the gingerbread man, the homemade treats, which is also gingerbread men. I've just been having so much fun. And then I just love this paper, the traditional Christmas paper. I keep calling it traditional, but it's Traditions with an S of Christmas paper. Then this die I cut from Real Red, and it is from the Stitch So Sweetly die, which might be retired, but it also has a die that you can get with this Peaceful Greenery. I just didn't get that set. I just got the embossing folder, so I found this die that fits pretty close to it, but you're not going to see much of it underneath the flowers. So I'm just going to kind of line that up in there, in that spot. Now, I have the Christmas, remember this is the Peaceful Greenery embossing folder. Now I have the Christmas Greenery dies, which cut out the paper, which cut out flowers from the traditional Christmas paper. Here we go, see? You have to excuse me, I've used a lot of different pieces of it. So this piece, it has a die that will cut out this flower. It has a die that will cut out the little flower. And it also has a die, let me just look through here. I haven't tried this other die yet. It will cut out this bouquet of flowers. Isn't that beautiful? I can't wait to make some cards with that. So like I said, I have this, and I don't really know if there's a right way or a wrong way. Now see, this is one that has a pink poinsettia in the middle. This one had a red. I don't really know if it matters which way you put it. I think it kind of looks better going this way. So I'm going to take some dimensionals, which I have hidden over here. Oh, got stuck on my nail. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. I did. My daughter Rachel came over. We had some Thanksgiving feast with pumpkin pie and pecan pie. For some reason, I think we should have pumpkin pie more times during the year than just for Thanksgiving. Okay, so I'm going to pop this up. Now, for the words, I will show you what I got. Let me get it out here. If I can find it real quick. This is called the Christmas Words Collage. I thought I had them right next to each other here in my basket that holds all my dies and embossing folders, but obviously I did not. It'd take me forever to try to find them. Well, I'll just show you. So it has a bunch of words, and then it's the kind where it has the embossing folder and the die, and it cuts them out. So it has all these different Christmas words, and I have them here. I cut them out with some brushed gold, and I put them in this little bag. Sorry, I can't find the embossing folder quickly here. I really thought I had them together. Let me look one more time. Maybe I was just trying to look too quickly. You think you have everything set up and ready when you're going to do the live, and then somehow you always I always forget something. I didn't realize how many embossing folders I have. I have quite a few. Here it is. Let me get my chair turned around here. Okay, so it has all these different words. It has like Noel, Merry Christmas, 'Tis the Season, Holly Jolly, Peace, Joy, Love, and then you fit this die. You take this and you lay down your piece of gold or whatever color paper that you want. Figure just how this goes on here. I have to get I see what happened. You have to put your piece of paper on, and then you want to fit this over. You fit this on here like this on this side, and it kind of snaps in there, not really good. Then you lay your paper on top, or your foil, or whatever you want to cut the words out. You send it through the embossing machine, and you get all these little words. So let's see what words we want to use this time. I've been having fun using these words. I have Happy Christmas. Let me see in this pack over here what I have. I have Happy Christmas in this. I had two different packs when I did the class. So let's take the Happy Christmas maybe and see what it looks like underneath for the words. Well, that will fit, and it will just take up most of the bottom here. I'm trying to see if I can get it to fit on there. So we could do that one, or we could do, what else do we have in here? The Merry and Bright is too long. Holly Jolly, I see. Here's 'Tis the Season. Let's use that one. See, the Merry and Bright is too big, but 'Tis the Season kind of seems like it fits very nicely right there in that little spot. I should just go ahead and combine these two different bags of words. And then there's a lot of little words if you wanted to just, you know, sometimes people put confetti inside the card. You could take some of these smaller ones and just put them inside the card to fall out when they open it. It's like, let it snow, ho, 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 joy, with love. So I'm just going to use this 'Tis the Season, and I'm going to use the miniature dimensionals to pop this up with. 'tis the season. There we go. Now we have the inside, which is another 4x4 piece of white. And I think what I have out over here, there's a lot of different Christmas words I have, but this one says, "Have a holly jolly Christmas." I kind of like that saying. It's from an old set. Sometimes I get stuck on one because I already have it on my block when I'm making Christmas cards, so people kind of get the same insides. So let's get this straight here. And we'll say, "Have a holly jolly." I did have, here it is. I was gonna say it was laying around here somewhere. Was the this little flower I just cut around this flower. You could use the die, but to me it's just almost as quick to cut it out by freehand. Because I think the die, if I'm thinking right, the die only does the flower, not the leaves. Remember when we used to have to cut out everything? Oh, it's so nice to have dies for almost everything now, even though I didn't use the die for this flower. That's because I kind of wanted to have some leaves in there too. Okay. So we're going to add this to the bottom corner here of our card. Let's see, how do we want it to go? I think we want it to kind of go like this, maybe. And then I'm going to take some of my Wink of Stella, and I'm going to Stella up this flower. Even though it's pretty shiny with the gold outline, we'll just make it be even more sparkly because it is Christmas. And again, if you wanted to, you could take your Stella and do your embossing here in the back of the Peaceful Greenery. There's lots of different things you could hit with the Wink of Stella. I'm sorry, I see these Christmas words laying over here. This one says Merry Christmas. I wanted to pick it up and put it back in the bag before I lose it. Now I need the red jewels to put on here. I thought I put them in this envelope. I want that to dry a little bit, or it's gonna, the Wink of Stella dries pretty much instantaneously. Let me just see if I accidentally put the red jewels in a different container. I did. I have another copy of this card that's already cut out. There we go. So we can, I need to replace my putty. I'm almost out, but I think maybe I have enough just to do this card. We're just going to put some red rhinestones on here. Or I'm not sure if they're rhinestones, but they're jewels. This will go on our envelope. I forgot to put some jewels on this one, so I'm just going to do that as long as we're here. I try to put ribbon and embellishments on every card so that at the end of the catalog, when things retired, I don't end up with a half a roll of ribbon because I was trying to save it because it was so pretty, or same thing with the jewels, because then I always come out with new and prettier jewels. So I like to try to use up my stash sometime. So this is our first day of the 12 days of Christmas cards. And here is a bookbind or bookbind card that you can make using the Traditions of Christmas DSP. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon and join me tomorrow for day 2 of the 12 days of Christmas cards. Bye.